friends and neighbors, sharing gifts and helping hands. We're people helping people, and we're proud that we can say we're always getting better and growing stronger every day. Taking pride in Mobile, haven't you noticed? We've got it all right here at home. Nothing can stop us. Taking pride in where we're going. Taking pride in who we are. Mobile, show your pride. Together we'll go far. There's a feeling of excitement. You can see it everywhere. The pride of our whole region is the heartbeat that we share. The heartbeat that we share. Taking pride in Mobile. Haven't you noticed? We've got it all right here at home. Nothing can stop us. Taking pride in where we're going. Taking pride in who we are. Mobile, show your pride. Together we'll go far. Mobile, show your pride. Together we'll go far.
When you take a look around you, no matter where you stand, you see proud families, friends and neighbors, sharing gifts and helping hands. We're people helping people, and we're proud that we can say we're always getting better, growing stronger every day. Taking pride in Mobile. Haven't you noticed? We got it all right here at home. Nothing can stop us. Taking pride in where we're going. Taking pride. Taking pride in Mobile. Taking pride in Mobile. Come on, let your spirit show. Taking pride in Mobile. We're growing, shining, winning, so we're taking pride in Mobile. We're old, we're young, we're fast and slow, and we love watching our future grow. Let's tell the world so they will know, and we're taking pride in Mobile. And wherever I may go, I'll tell them I'm from Mobile. We're old, we're young, fast and slow, and we love watching our future grow. Let's tell the world so they will know, and we're taking pride in Mobile. And wherever I may go, I'll tell them I'm from Mobile. Taking pride in Mobile. Taking pride in Mobile.
710 Time Saver Traffic from the Main Street Flooring and Design Traffic Center.
Watch for a crash with road blockage on North Davis Highway near Schubert Drive. And it's slow on Highway 59 south from I-10 to Gulf Shores, a 48-minute drive. Watch for an accident, Lewis Turner Boulevard near Oddfellow Road. I'm Lisa Baquet. Follow us on X, Total Traffic Gulf Coast.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Need new blinds? At Blindster.com, we offer guaranteed low prices, guaranteed satisfaction, free samples, and free shipping. At Blindster, we take the fear out of ordering custom blinds, shades, and shutters so you can do it yourself and save big. Blindster.com.
If you see traffic trouble, call the Acadian Windows traffic tip line at pound 250, keyword total traffic when prompted. Acadian Windows, your hurricane protection specialists.
Now, your chance at $1,000 and a trip to our iHeart Radio Music Festival. Text the nationwide keyword music to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's music to 200-200. Use Radio 710. The Uncle Henry Show. Weekday afternoons from 5 till 7.
I had a nervous breakdown this morning. I think the correct word is anxiety attack, whatever you call it. And one of them things, you know, and when you can't handle it no more, you know.
Message deleted.
This is the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM. Thank you. I appreciate very much you listening to the Uncle Henry Show. Once again, here we are together, me and you, trying to figure out what is going on in the world around us. And quite a day, quite a bit of excitement as we had municipal elections all over the state of Alabama yesterday. Over 140 cities going to the polls and voting, and lots of interesting results to go over for Mobile, Alabama, heading into a runoff next month. Your next mayor of Mobile, turns out the next mayor of Mobile is going to be one of two people, going to be Representative Barbara Drummond or former Judge Spiro Chirigatis. Those are the two that you have to choose from in terms of mayor in Mobile. I have to say I'm not surprised by the results, because people were telling me this is what the results were going to be. Starting about 2 weeks ago, people were telling me this is how it's going to turn out. This is going to how it's. Of course, I at this point believe after the fact. When it comes to politics and how things are going to turn out, I now take nothing for granted. I don't draw conclusions or make assumptions. I just wait to see, does it happen or not? And those people that told me that were right. But some surprises for me. Now, you're probably not surprised. But I was surprised, genuinely surprised to see that County Commissioner Connie Hudson came in fourth place. I guess you're not surprised. I was surprised by that. I really was. Just after all those years, I just did not see her coming in last place. Now, I didn't necessarily see her making the runoff, but coming in fourth place. That was quite a shock. Now, I had callers way back when she announced. I had a couple of callers call the Uncle Henry Show and leave messages telling me that this is what's going to happen. I think LD, the retired mad trucker, called in and told me that she wasn't going to do well. And longtime caller Buford called in numerous times to tell me that she wasn't going to do well. But I never expected that they were going to be completely and totally right about that. So that was a big shock to me, the fact that Connie Hudson came in fourth place. And so now, who are the Connie Hudson and Paul Prine voters going to go for? Who are they going to go for? 251-479-2723, the telephone number. That's 251-479-2723. Email address, unclehenry at iheartmedia.com. I've had some callers already call in and leave reactions via voicemail messages. We'll get to those. Also, you can call in with your reactions or predictions on how things are going to turn out. Would love to hear your predictions on all that. Also, today there was a Mobile City Council meeting. I'll provide you very, very limited coverage of that as we move on here on the Uncle Henry Show. But first, let me get to a living caller. 251-479-2723. Hello, caller.
Uncle Henry.
John McNeil. Roll, Tide, roll.
Well, Tide, roll. Before we get in the election, did you get my voice message that I left you a little while ago?
Yes, I did. John McNeil, thank you very much. I appreciate it very much. Every year, John McNeil is kind enough to offer some Alabama tickets. And so John McNeil has offered some Alabama tickets for the upcoming season. John McNeil, thank you so much. You've made my wife very, very happy.
Well, I didn't send them to you. I sent them to your wife. Okay.
Yes, I understand that. I know
you don't smoke cigars, but you go to the Tennessee game.
Yes.
You got to have a cigar just to have it for pictures, Anyway,
that is true. And we will make sure that there will be cigars available if we're allowed in the stadium with them. Yes.
Oh, yeah, you can take them in. Anyway, about the election. First thing and foremost, I am so disappointed in the Mobile turnout for an election. This is a big election. I mean, this is a big election. And what do we have, 37,000 people turned out? Is that what the total was?
I don't remember the exact total. I know that it was way below the potential number, way below who could have voted.
Yeah. And that is embarrassing because we can't complain about what goes on in our community or our state or our country if we don't go out and vote and elect people who are going to do the right thing. And it's up to us. They're our employees. We hire them by voting for them. And if you don't go vote, you don't have a say-so in what's going on, and you can't complain about what's going on if you don't like it. So I just want to throw my 2 bits in on that. People need to go vote.
Well, I agree with everything you had to say, but it turns out this is the way it seems to turn out more and more often these days.
Well, hopefully on the, September 23rd is the
yes.
runoff? Yeah, okay, so get out and vote, people. I don't care who you vote for. Just get out and vote. It's your civic duty. And then get back to what's most important, and that's Alabama football.
Roll, Tide, roll, John McNeil.
Good talking to you.
Thank you very much, John McNeil. There he goes, John McNeil. Mobile Bay Financial Solutions. 251-479-2723, the telephone number here on the Uncle Henry Show. By the way, and I do have a caller. Caller, I've only got a minute before we go to break. Do you want to hold on? Hello?
Yes, I'll hold.
Oh, you are? Okay. All right. Well, great. Hang on, and you will lead us off. When we come back from the break, we have a caller who sounds, just from that brief interaction, sounds sober. We're going to get to that caller when we come back here on News Radio 710 WNTM with more on the results yesterday. As I mentioned, I've got all kind of reaction to share with you. I'll say I was surprised that Connie Hudson came in fourth. I was also surprised that William Carroll did not go to re-election. I am surprised because as the last few years have gone by, I thought he was getting slightly less annoying. I don't know what happened there.
Watch for a crash with road blockage, Lewis Turner Boulevard at Oddfellow Road in Fort Walton Beach. Also, we have some slowing on Highway 59 heading south from I-10 to Gulf.
Okay, and people watching on YouTube, yes, Uncle Henry Show on YouTube today, and probably going to be on YouTube the rest of the week. And yes, I'll go back. I'll say hello to people on Facebook every now and again, but YouTube for the rest of this week, and probably, we use a specific set of software to stream our video here out of this studio. And I want my goal, I would like to stream on the X app. That is where, I don't know that I can using our software. But anyway, trying a lot of different new things with streaming video for the Uncle Henry Show. But those that might be watching here on YouTube, I appreciate it very much. In fact, it's hard for me to see. Let me see if I can. Oh, I can see some comments. I see Bama Big Man, Robert Morris. Yes, Romper Room time, Robert Morris. Only my Romper Room, remember, I'm not claiming to have an occult supernatural mirror and look through the mirror out to the TV audience and spread, all that kind of devil worship stuff. I don't do like Romper Room. But Robert Morris, Bamba Big Band, Spencer Smith, Larry Morting, JD, The Love Freak. You get a different crowd on YouTube. Pat Nelly, El Jefe, and I see you're already discussing the election. Good. I might learn from your discussion. Someone brought up the, who was it? El Jefe saying Hudson's too old and been in the game too long. Well, the longer you're in office, I know you already know this, but the longer you're in office, even if you get reelected over and over again, the longer you're in there, the more there is an accumulation of people that feel like they're not part of your crowd for whatever reason. You just, even if you do a good job, and I'm not saying whether anybody did or did not, but the longer you're in office and keep getting reelected, you'll build up a group of people that feel like they're not part of your circle, that they can never get into your circle, and there's just there'll be a building sentiment to getting rid of you the longer you're in there. Maybe, I don't know if that happened with Connie Hudson or not. I'm sure other people will chime in to tell me what really is going on. All right, going to be back on the radio here in less than 2 minutes. In about 90 seconds, I'll be back on the radio. We have a sober person that's going to talk. That'll be good. I'm sober, too, for now. So it'll be me and the caller, two sober people talking to you here on YouTube and the radio. But yeah, William Carroll did not win re-election. I noticed he'd been quieter than usual. And I thought maybe he's just being quieter than usual, trying not to irritate anybody before voting. But no William Carroll. Maybe I can bring him in as an expert. Would you like that if I brought in William Carroll as an expert telling us what's going on in the city of Mobile? All right, let's see. Back on in about 20 seconds.
And we sell custom blinds, shades, and shutters at low prices. Our blinds are handcrafted to fit your windows, and if they don't, for any reason, we'll remake them for free. Your satisfaction is always guaranteed at Blindster.com.
Roll Tide. This is the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM.
This is the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM. It's 5:20. We have news headlines coming up in 10 minutes. If you'd like to look at video of this show, which is not really, there's nothing exciting going on here to look at. But if you'd like to look, you can find the Uncle Henry Show on YouTube, streaming on YouTube Live on the Uncle Henry Show YouTube channel. 251-479-2723, the telephone number. We have a caller waiting. Hello, caller.
Hey, Uncle Henry.
Hey there. Thank you for holding.
Hey, yeah, my pleasure. I'll go ahead and land the plane here. I'd like to chime in on a call that you had yesterday and your first caller today. And it has to do with the voting. But first off, I love your show. I've never thought that I could learn so much or being so intrigued about learning about snakes and raccoons and potholes and that sort of stuff. You know, you got some characters that call you. But I love Mobile. I love the history. I'm relatively new to the area and love the history, the food, the people, the culture. But I've got a sour taste in my mouth about yesterday.
What happened?
I'm feeling mighty disenfranchised. I love this place. My call was about the gentleman yesterday that went to his precinct to vote, which I gladly do, and it is your civic duty. I look at it that way. I went to my precinct to vote, and there was only a couple of cars there because my precinct was moved. I vote at the Hollanders Island Elementary School. I voted, even though I'm fairly new here, I voted a couple times already, and I was not contacted. I had no idea. I'm very informed. I watched, I watch the news constantly and everything here. I did not know they changed my polling location. So yesterday, the gentleman earlier, the first caller said, if you don't vote, you can't complain. Well, I doggone tried my best to vote, and I am complaining. I'm upset that I could not vote yesterday. Now, granted, I worked late, so I don't know if I can go to other polling places, but I wasn't the only one, Uncle Henry. There were several of us, and we're all scratching our heads, looking at each other, and said, what in the heck is going on here? And we said, were you notified or were you informed that our polling place had changed? And we're all pretty upset about it, actually, because I wanted to vote.
I get that. Yeah, I get that.
You know? So anyway, I'm going to call tomorrow. I got a doctor's appointment, so I'm going to call the voting people and find out what the heck's going on, because I wasn't basically not allowed to exercise my right as an American, a proud one at that. Thank you. And just, I need to find out, because especially with the mayoral election, I live here. So doggone right I'm going to vote, just for who's in charge. If I'm allowed to.
Yeah. Well, hey, first, I'd be mad too. And there were lots of polling places changed because they did redistricting in the last 4 years. So there were a lot of people that had different polling places. But as you heard the man call yesterday, he had never gotten any notice that his polling place had changed, just like you did. Nor
have I.
Right. So
nor have I, and trust me, I'm on top of that sort of stuff.
Well, hey, when you call, please call back and let me know what you were told, because I'd like to hear how they interact with you and what they tell you.
I will. And I live here by the Dog River, and I've lived here for now going on 4 years, and trust me, I haven't told anybody from my home state of Florida, which I love. I haven't told anybody about it because I don't want this place to get all crowded, and I won't take up any more time.
Okay.
Even though I'm from Florida, I'm still going to say this, Uncle Henry. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Thank you, sir, very much for your phone call. I appreciate you getting in touch with the Uncle Henry Show. Hate that happened to you. You can't. I'm sure you'll be able to vote in the runoff, so you will have a say. It may not. Now, the two that are in the runoff may not have been your choices. But runoff, turnoff, runoff, turnout runoff turnout is always lower. Your vote is going to be even more important in the runoff because it is always difficult to get people to show up for these runoffs. So this is going to be a big battle of who can turn people out and get them excited to go and vote again. So, sir, I know it's no consolation, but your vote in the runoff will have much more impact, maybe even more than it would have had yesterday. So I know that's small consolation to you, but you still have an opportunity to have a big impact on who will lead the city of Mobile in the next few years. 251-479-2723, the telephone number here on the Uncle Henry Show. Hello, caller.
Hey, Henry, how are you today?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Great. I wanted to talk about this notorious concept of blackface.
Of what?
Blackface.
Blackface?
Blackface.
Okay.
Whenever it happens, or it's revealed that somebody has been doing blackface, and it comes out and everybody knows it, black people, especially political people, black politicians, they get all upset. They hate it, they detest it, and whites, politicians, white people, they kind of run from it. They disown it, whatever.
Right.
It's a concept that nobody likes. Okay.
Right.
And that's what has happened, in my opinion, to the Democratic Party. They have put on the blackface. Everybody that most of the people that are spokespersons for the new Democratic Party are, the Jeffries of the world, the mayor, the black mayors from all of the liberal cities up north and out west and on the East Coast, Chicago, LA, you name it. And these people they are the face, they are the voice of the Democratic Party. And I think that that the very same way that people reject blackface, the Democratic Party will be rejected. Because that's what I see. I see it, and you have this lady that's running, that's could become mayor of, the second largest city, maybe the second largest city in the state of Alabama, and in my opinion, I don't know anything about her, but she's probably a liberal, and she wants to bring all of these concepts. She's going to introduce all these.
Hey, hang on. I've got to go to break. I'll be back after the break with you.
710 Time Saver Traffic from the Main Street Flooring and Design Traffic Center.
Crews are still on the scene of a crash in Fort Walton Beach on Lewis Turner Boulevard near Oddfellow Road. Also, we have some slowing north on Highway 31 from Spanish Fort to Highway 59, about a 15-minute drive. And on I-110 to Pensacola Beach, it's a 12-minute drive. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Baque.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Need better sleep? This Labor Day weekend, upgrade to premium sleep at Mattress Firm's best sale of the year. Let their sleep experts match you with the perfect bed and get the rest you deserve. They make sleep easy.
Hi there, I'm Monique Lagan from Fox 10 News. New leadership in several local communities with upsets after the election. There's still a race to be decided in Mobile, especially for the mayor's office. That race will be headed to a runoff between State Representative Barbara Drummond and former Judge Spiro Chirigatis. Then in Pritchard, no candidates getting over that 50% of the vote, which means that race will also head for a runoff. While Bay Minette is welcoming a new mayor with the election of Joshua Brown and Brad Bass elected as mayor in Spanish Fort. Via Transportation has been tapped to take over the bus service in Mobile, with the council set to approve the choice when they take up the issue next week. TransDev, which currently operates the service, was one of 4 companies to bid for the new contract. The administration settled on Via, which runs the MOGO service for the Mobile Chamber. Lastly, a shooter opened fire during Mass at a school in Minneapolis, killing 2 children and injuring 17 others before killing himself. The police chief saying the shooter was armed with a rifle, shotgun, and pistol. The police chief also saying the shooter was in his early 20s and believed to have acted alone. I'm Lenny Slagan from Fox 10 News on this iHeartRadio station. Log on to fox10tv.com for your latest news and weather.
This is News Radio 710 WNTM.
This is a Fox News alert. I'm Tom Graham. The FBI investigating a mass shooting at a Catholic church and school in Minneapolis as a potential hate crime. 2 children are dead, 17 people injured, mostly kids, after gunfire while they attended Mass.
But we really didn't know what to do. We just got into the pews and he shot through the stained glass windows.
The shooter, armed with a rifle, a shotgun, and a pistol, ultimately took his own life. Fox's Jonathan Hunt.
Police say the suspect, 23-year-old Robin Westman, fired dozens of rounds from the 3 weapons. Investigators say they're looking at an apparent manifesto left by Westman.
The gunman legally changed his name from Robert to Robin. Investigators have not given a motive for the mass shooting, but add the killer did not have an extensive criminal history. America is listening to Fox News.
All right, YouTube viewers, thank you for looking. I'm going to be back on the radio here in a little less than 3 minutes. I'm going to let the last caller, I'm going to give him just a couple of moments to explain exactly what he was saying. Maybe you understood better than I did, but it took me, I'm trying to understand what he is driving at. Got another caller waiting after that, and a bunch of voicemails to get to, time permitting. Let me see if I can see who might be looking in here or at least commenting. Norman Richardson. And everybody else that is Rebecca Lockwood, Timmy Watkins, KP of shirtbutter.com. Thank you all for looking in on the program. See, what can I tell you about? Back on the radio here in about 90 seconds. Is there anything I can tell you about? Let's see, who came out with this list? Another list of cities. I don't know if it was Wallet Hub or not, but they did a list of the most affordable or most livable beach cities. The most livable beach towns in the United States. Oh, this is from Travel and Leisure. The most livable beach cities in the United States of America. Gulf Shores, number 6 in the country. Gulf Shores, Alabama, listed as number 6 on the list of the most livable beach towns in the United States of America. So congratulations to Gulf Shores. I don't know if I have enough money for it to be livable for me, but maybe for you. Also, Google has moved to doing in-person job interviews because they say their candidates for jobs are using AI to cheat in their virtual job interviews.
To you or someone you love, the American Cancer Society can help at every step of the journey. Visit cancer.org today.
This is the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM. Been talking about the results of yesterday's municipal elections. We've got a caller waiting, and I've got the man that was on the phone with me as we went to break. And thank you for holding. I just want to give you a moment to explain to people what you're talking about, because you were building up to a point, I think, about Barbara Drummond. Is that correct?
Yes, I was talking about, this concept of blackface, how it's rejected adamantly by I wouldn't say Black American, I'll say African Americans, because there's a difference between African Americans and blacks. Politically, the African Americans are going to be liberal, mostly Democratic, places like people like that, and parties like that. Anyone that refers to themselves as a black person, politically, they're going to be conservative or Republican or whatever. But anyway, that's the distinction between the two.
Okay.
But yeah, but this blackface thing, like I said, it's not a good thing. And the Democratic Party has put their blackface on, which means in the long term, well, in the short term, they're going to be rejected by the country, which is a good thing. And this lady, Barbara Drummond, like I said, I don't know anything about her. I don't know her. I don't know her political beliefs or where she's coming from. But with her being a part of the political establishment, being a Democrat, I would bet bottom dollar that she believes in the same thing and the same programs that the national political party does. And so I can see Mobile going down a drain hole if we put this lady in office. It's introducing all these different far out concepts and programs and things like that. Get ready for it if you fall for it. I think we need to reject this black face that the Democratic Party has put on. And that's the point that I want to make.
Okay. Hey, well, I've got other callers, but please call back in the future if you want to go if you want to explain further or talk about another issue.
Oh, sure.
All right. Hey, thank you very much for your phone call. 251-479-2723 here on the Uncle Henry Show. Now, the caller, hang on before I get to my next caller. The man just said that he's not sure what Barbara Drummond's opinions are on certain things. She hasn't come to be a guest on this show yet. She might do that before the runoff. I did find a press conference that she was a part of a few years ago, and I think I'm going to play it for you right after 6 o'clock this evening on the Uncle Henry Show. Here's a little clip. This is just a tease of what she was talking about in that press conference a few years ago.
I cannot overstate the danger that Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans' agenda poses for our nation's future.
All right, that was just a clip, just to let you know that in her press conference, she was talking about the danger of the MAGA Republicans.
I cannot overstate the danger that Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans' agenda poses for our nation's future.
All right, we'll have more on that after 6 o'clock here on the Uncle Henry Show. 251-479-2723. Hello, caller.
Good evening, Uncle Henry.
Bert, you are live on the radio.
First of all, I want to say about Barbara Drummond, I used to read her columns in the Press Register all the time.
Me too.
And she definitely leans to the left, but she didn't seem to me to be part of the loony left, the far left.
Okay.
So I would trust her not to go way out in left field. Now, she may prove me wrong on that if she does get elected, but I don't think she's part of the extreme wing of the Democrat Party.
Okay.
I just want to comment briefly on the tragic school shooting today, the church school shooting.
Yes.
What's known so far about the shooter is that he hated Christians, he hated Trump, and he was infected with the transgender mental illness. Now, this is the kind of guy that the mainstream media would paint as a hero. So he doesn't fit their narrative. So what do? They got to blame the gun.
Right.
And that's what you're going to hear from now on. The gun has got to be blamed if the shooter doesn't correspond with who they paint as heroes and villains. And I'm already seeing Facebook posts, even before this shooting, it seems like they magically started to appear about other school shootings. Let's blame the gun. And that's what they're going to do.
Well, unfortunately, we can predict what they're going to do because we've had unfortunate experience with all this.
Exactly.
All right, well, Bert, thank you.
Thank you for taking my call.
Thank you, Bert, for listening to the show and for calling the show. Let's see, we have another caller here. Hello, caller.
Uncle Henry.
LD, the Mad Trucker.
Actually, it's Stephen Breland, but
Stephen Breland. Wait, now you almost sounded like the Mad Trucker. Stephen Breland, you are live on the radio, Stephen.
So yesterday turned out exactly as I thought it was going to turn out, and my message is for the folks who voted for Connie and Paul, who both ran, I thought, great campaigns, did well, but unless they want a Sam Jones 2.0, they have to get back out on the runoff day and vote for Spiro, even if he's not their guy. And they're upset and sad that theirs didn't win. They have to get back out, because if folks do not get back out and vote in the runoff, we're going to have Sam Jones 2.0, and this city will take a massive step backwards.
Well, that's it's interesting you mentioned this, because I think the prime voters are going to decide this. Whoever they decide to go for is going to win. Yes, and just trolling through the socials today, it seems like that they're split amongst themselves. Yep. Some are saying, choose the lesser of two evils. Some are saying vote for Barbara just to stick it to the man, and some are saying just stay home. And I get folks are still in their feelings right now. I mean, I would be too, but between now and the 23rd of September, I think folks really need to take a step back and look at this thing from a 10,000-foot view of the greater good of the city. Well, and they've got a few weeks here to think about it. But yes, as I said, I believe the prime voters are going to be the ones that really decide this, I think. So both Spiro and Barbara Drummond are going to need to court those prime people. Yes, sir. Absolutely. So, but yeah, you just got to hammer home, folks. You've got to get back out. You've got to go vote again. You've got to do it. All right, Stephen. Hey, thank you for listening. Thank you for calling. Yes, sir. Have a good day. You too. There he goes, Stephen Breland. Now, let's see. Do I have time before I go to break to play one of the many voicemails? Let's see. Yeah, here is the Mad Trucker. I thought that was the Mad Trucker calling in, but he was one of the two people that called in and predicted to me that Connie Hudson was not going to do well.
Hey, Uncle Henry, LD. Well, what did I tell you? I was right, wasn't I?
Yes.
Wasn't I right?
Yes.
I sit there and I told the entire city of Mobile, Alabama, that Connie Hudson was one thing and one thing only. She was Jeb Bush energy, which is low energy. Nobody wanted an old woman running this town. Now, wait a second. I wouldn't want to call any of these ladies old. But, Barbara Drummond, she's mature. She's of mature years. Apparently, Barbara Drummond is as old as she is. She's got some sort of spunk, and the city of Mobile they may choose her as the mayor. But Connie Hudson, low energy.
Just getting word of a crash in Destin. The westbound lanes of Miracle Strip Parkway at the seawall on Okaloosa Island are shut down due to a crash. Also, watch for a crash on westbound Navarre Parkway just before Panhandle Trail. I'm Lisa Bakke. Follow us on X, Total Traffic Gulf Coast.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you.
YouTube viewers, let me check and see if there are any. Going to be back on the radio, and I'm going to try to cram in some of the voicemails that have come into the show. Hello to Rick Henry, if he is there. Thank you all for looking. So let's see. What weird news can I share with you while waiting to go back on the radio while I'm here on YouTube? Let's see. New numbers show that great white sharks are enjoying the water off the coast of Maine. And this is because of a boost in the local seal population. So in Maine, they're seeing more great white sharks. Let's see, the Powerball jackpot increases to $815 million. The estimated cash value option around $368 million. Of course, if you live in the state of Alabama, you cannot purchase a Powerball ticket. See, tonight, citizens of the Spanish town of, and I can't pronounce it, Bunol, they are having their 80th annual Tomatina event. This is an hour-long food fight where they have 120 tons of tomatoes. They cover their homes, businesses, and vehicles in tarps. And then 22,000 people who pay $17.50 a ticket get to throw the tomatoes for 1 hour. This was inspired by a massive food fight between children that broke out back in 1945. It is now an official festival in Spain where you pay money, as you heard, to throw tomatoes at each other. See, I love tomatoes. I really do. I love tomatoes. It's one of my favorite foods. And the idea of wasting them by throwing them, I don't know that I would enjoy that. What else? What else can I tell you about? In the new, by the way, I have not changed my medication, not on anything at the moment. In the new real estate market in our country, now a new real estate trend is to let potential buyers stay overnight in the home they're hoping to buy. There was one couple in California that rented a house for 2 months to see if they wanted to buy it. And markets like New York and Texas are trying shorter stays. This allows you, of course, to go in there and test and see that everything works, figure out the noise levels, all that kind of stuff. So sleeping over in the house, now a new trend in real estate. And I know somebody, it took them 2 years to sell a house. And they probably would have had a buyer if they let somebody sleep in there for a while. Well, back on the radio in about 30 seconds. Scientists now say they've discovered that corn plants communicate with each other. Yeah, corn plants talk to each other, according to scientists. We don't know. I don't really know what they're saying to each other, but apparently they're communicating.
Everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. This is News Radio 710 WNTM, an iHeartRadio station.
This is the Uncle Henry Show. It is 5:50. News headlines coming up in 10 minutes. I want to mention to you that you can hear me on FM radio. I'm on 95 KSJ, playing today's hottest country every weekday, Monday through Friday, between 10 and 2. This week, giving away tickets to see Alabama, the legendary country music supergroup Alabama, going to be in concert in October in Goshen, Mississippi at the Sound Amphitheater. Tomorrow, I will have your chance to win tickets to see Alabama. Be listening tomorrow in the 11 o'clock hour to win those Alabama tickets. Now, let's see. Before we get to the top of the hour here on the Uncle Henry Show, I want to share with you a few more voice messages about the election results yesterday. Now, I just shared with you the LD voicemail in the last segment where he was claiming that Connie Hudson lost. It came in fourth place due to having low energy.
Choose her as the mayor, but Connie Hudson, low energy.
Low energy, that is the assessment of LD, the Mad Trucker. He also had this to say.
Hey, Uncle Henry, LD, do you see that? Did you see that there's going to be a runoff? Spiro Tiragatis and Barbara Drummond. How about that? Well, let me tell you something, Uncle Henry. If you really want to win an election, you know what you got to do? You got to go to the Mad Trucker. That's right, Uncle Henry. You got to go to the Mad Trucker. Because if you want to win an election, he's the man that can get the job done. Look, if Spiro would just contact me, I'd be happy to endorse him. Or Barbara Drummond. I'll endorse her too. But first I need a boat. I would like to have probably a 20-foot boat. That would be fine. I could deal with a 20-foot boat. It doesn't have to be new. As long as it's in the 2020s and above, I'd be just fine with that. So, Spiro, if you want to win this election, go to the Mad Trucker. But go to him with a boat.
All right, well, and I guess I'll have to keep up with LD and see if he ends up with a boat. All right, from the Mad Trucker to Loxley, Alabama.
Roll Tide, Uncle. Another beautiful day here in paradise. Out here on the front porch. 82 degrees with a nice breeze a-blowing. Well, looks like this is one out-of-towner that pretty much nailed it on that mayoral thing. Yours truly predicted that Ms. Drummond would come out ahead. She did.
Yes, Chris made those predictions yesterday.
And my personal choice was Spiro, and he's the one in the runoff. So I'll go ahead and tell you now, Drummond will win, and it won't be close. It ain't nothing personal against Spiro. Hey, how can you hate on or dislike a man that his wife sells the best fried chicken you ever ate before? But there's more to it than that. So get ready for your new mayor. Almost said gubernatorial candidate, Barbara Drummond. 3 more days, Uncle. Roll Tide roll.
Roll Tide roll. Chris, 68-year-old Chris of West Loxley, thank you for your phone call. He's already predicting a Drummond victory. And let me see, one more voicemail before I'm out of time this hour.
Hey, good afternoon, Uncle Henry. This is RT. Hey, Chris from Loxley likes to talk about the food he eats all the time, so I figured tonight what I'm having for dinner tonight is a big plate of crow with a slice of humble pie for dessert. Yeah, I'm the guy who called at the beginning of the campaign and predicted Connie Hudson in the landslide. I stuck with her and I voted for her. I guess that's the way it goes. So, anyway, I admit it. And so, but anyway, could you do me a favor? Barbara Drummond has a, TV ad she's been running where she makes 3 campaign promises. And that's to increase officers on the street, go after repeat offenders, and grow small businesses. Could you save the audio from those ads? If she does end up being our next mayor, I think we should hold her to those promises. Those three things Democrats don't do very well at. In fact, they do the opposite most of the time. So we need to hold her to that. If she does those things, we'll be all right. But, anyway, just wanted to share that with you. Y'all have a great day, and I'm looking forward to football. Roll Tide Roll.
Roll Tide Roll. Thank you, RT. Thank you for listening. Thank you for calling the voicemail. Voicemail number 251-216-1976. That's 251-216-1976 to leave a message for the Uncle Henry Show. Now, coming up after the news break, there's more show, and I'll share with you some Barbara Drummond. If you're wondering what her political thoughts are, here's a brief clip.
I cannot overstate the danger that Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans' agenda poses for our nation's future.
You can't escape a traffic jam. Know what else you can't escape?
YouTube viewers. I'll be back here on YouTube tomorrow at the regular time. Right now, I'm going to be turning the camera off. Have a wonderful rest of your evening.
Change the outcome and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Take action by taking the 1-minute risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. You might not be able to escape having this song stuck in your head.